Hello, Honors Geometry students. This is Ms. Davidson. I want to welcome you to the 2020 school year. It should be a great year. We're just going to go through the course syllabus here. You will find a copy posted in Schoology, and I will hand you a hard copy when we meet in class this week, so don't feel a need to print off the copy on Schoology. So my first slide here, I give you some of my contact information. You will find me on my off periods in my office in room L218. That's in the blue hallway. If you want to contact me via email, please use kdavidson7@cherrycreekschools.org. Again, don't forget the 7. And then if you need, my phone number is 720-886-6790. And again, probably the most efficient way to get a hold of me is via email. Just want to share a little bit about myself and my family. My family is made up of my boyfriend Dave. Dave and I have been together for over 10 years, and we have 2 little fur babies. We have Penny, which is our 5-year-old, and Petey, who is 2. We just adopted Petey this spring. This summer we got a lot of outdoors activities in. We did some camping, a little bit of hiking, and I did a lot of paddleboarding. We also did a lot of running. We're big runners. In 2019, I ran the Boston Marathon. So I'm hoping to do another marathon in the future. Maybe not anytime real soon, but definitely in my future. I'm looking forward to getting to know you a little bit better over the next couple of weeks and then throughout the year. We'll do some get to know you activities in class as well as online. But as you're going forward in the year, I want you to think about what it means to be an honors geometry student. Besides your parents being able to put that honors student bumper sticker on the car, hopefully you have some idea of what makes you an honors math student versus just a grade level math student. I've taken some time to pull some characteristics I think every honors math student should possess. And hopefully you could add to my list as well. But we're really looking for our honors math students to have that desire to have the deeper understanding of math, not just memorize and take whatever the teacher says as the word. You're able to work independently, but also together with other students. You ask the why and the how, and you really want to know how the math works. And then you're willing to be persistent and work on those difficult problems, take some risks. You might not always be right, but you're willing to apply what you already know and hopefully build on that and put together some new math. So again, as we go through the year, hopefully you're always keeping that in mind. What would the honors math student do as they're approaching these problems? And then let's get into the nuts and bolts of the class as far as materials and what to bring with you. Please have some sort of 3-ring binder, 1.5 inches or larger will probably do for the workbook that we'll give you. Those are the extra worksheets, assignments, note sheets that we hand out in addition to the textbook. You'll need paper for notes, so either use your loose leaf or a notebook. Have plenty of pencils and a colored pen for correcting, just to draw your eye to the important or the questionable things that you have in your homework. You'll need a scientific calculator and then a compass and protractor as well. The scientific calculator, again, can just be a $10 to $12 calculator. It just must have the trig functions on that. So that's the sine, cosine, and tangent buttons, along with the exponential keys and your radical keys. So again, you can get those at Target or Walmart for fairly cheap. If you would like to get a graphing calculator, those of course are more expensive, but you will use them in any class after this class. So if you want to get to know them a little bit and be familiar with them, you might want to get your graphing calculator, and that would be great for this class as well. Again, if a compass and protractor, if you find those in the stores and you just want to pick yours up, that's great. I will have those for sale in class though as well, and $2 for both of those is a great deal. I have a limited supply though, so first come, first serve. And in the next week or so, I'll hand out textbooks. They're oldies, but they're goodies. They're about 20 years old, called Geometry for Enjoyment and Challenge. They are a source mostly for your homework problem sets, but there's definitely a lot of information that can be helpful. It's definitely a resource you want to use when you're working on your own. You probably heard that homework doesn't count here at the high school, but again, take that with a grain of salt. We see homework as a chance for you to practice, make mistakes, and not hold that against you in your grade. But of course, it's expected that you do this homework or any of the in-class work in order to master the content. If you're not working with the materials, it's going to be difficult to learn those materials. So make sure you're completing all of your homework and then checking it. Online, we'll have the answer key posted in Schoology. So before you come to class, make sure you have checked that answer key against your problem set. We will take some problems in class, of course, but hopefully most of your questions are answered by going to the answer key. I will be recording the portion of your homework that you have completed, so it's just a completion grade. I will record that in PowerSchool, but it is not part of the overall calculated grade. It's just a way of communicating how much of the prep work that you are doing. So what does make up your grade? As far as your summative grades, we will have a weekly quiz. We'll be taking that in person. However, if we go remote, we will still have a quiz weekly. Besides that, we'll do some remote concept checks. That can be anything from a discussion to a project to a challenge problem that you will, again, do remotely. Besides that, you will have a midterm exam and a final exam making up the remainder of your grade. So that midterm exam and semester exam are going to be cumulative. There are no retakes for that, and we do provide study guides. Now there are no retakes, but this is a chance for you to show some of your delayed mastery. If you took a quiz earlier that you did not perform on very well, you can replace your grade. So we will allow up to 2 quiz grades to be replaced with a better semester exam or a midterm exam, depending on the quarter. So that is still an opportunity to improve your grade on any of the weekly quizzes. So then on to expectations in the classroom. Since we are only meeting 1 time a week in class, it's imperative that you're there. You get to class on time every day. However, in this time of the coronavirus or other illnesses, you may have to miss class. And that's not the end of the world, especially since we have Schoology. You'll find all the resources that you missed right there on Schoology. If you miss a quiz in class, we do not make those up, but you will get a copy. We will just replace your quiz grade with your midterm grade or your semester exam grade. We'd like you to definitely engage in class, participate, and then work with others and encourage their ideas, learn from each other. And 2 little things, cell phones are definitely not to be used in class. You'll turn them off and store them in your backpack, and you must wear your mask at all times. And just so you know, we have extra help available in the school if you need it. Definitely get in touch with me, but if you have an off period, you will find the Math Tutoring Center in L204 is open during the first half of any period. You will find a math teacher there who can help you out. On my off periods, you'll find me in my office, L218. So on A days, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4A, the first half of the period off. So you'll find me in my office then. And then on B days, I have 1B off. So definitely look for me in my office, or again, you can shoot me an email. Remember, it's kdavidson7. And again, it's free help, so make sure you take advantage of that help when you can in school. And then lastly, I just want to close with, you had a summer review packet that hopefully you were able to work on your algebra skills and you feel prepared going into geometry, that you have those algebra skills down. I will be collecting that on the 25th, so not this week, but the next week. So please bring that with you. And again, any questions that you might have on that, make sure you've made some notes so you can bring those up in class and we can address those. So I look forward to meeting you in class. Have a good day.